exciting update to Paul throughout
Mm-hmm.
for Cincinnati located people. And I'm not referring to the Mink Palooza that is currently going on. Of
Sure. Is it like a horror movie out there now? It's like some zombie movie, except it's little minks running
they're
around
roaming the streets, Paul.
attacking children and small dogs.
3 children are missing in the neighborhood. No, it's better than that. And this will impact nobody other than people who live in Cincinnati or London. But
London,
like not London, Ontario, but London, the country.
Okay. I wasn't sure. Maybe there's a London in Ohio. I mean, anyway. All right, go on.
British Airways opening up a new direct route between Cincinnati and London. But more interesting, at least to me, is that they're not using some old bag of bolts to accomplish this, like Delta used to do between the Cincinnati and Paris route, which they're supposedly updating that plane too. Sure. It's on a Dreamliner.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So now my wife and I are like,
London's not a bad place.
Yeah. Like, I mean, not that I love flying, but I feel like on a Dreamliner, it would at least be, it's a direct.
Yep.
The problem is that we've already booked out vacations for next year. It starts in June. Right. And we're like, man, can they hold this thing on for 2 years before they realize it's a terrible idea? Because I'd really like, because our ideal trip for taking our daughter to Europe for the first time is to go from Cincinnati to
English
London.
Speaking nation, of course. Yeah.
And then we would take the train from London to Paris, and then Paris back home, because there's directs to both cities now.
I've done this exact trip. It's fun.
And like and we saw them, we're like, oh man. And then we looked up flights and we're like, okay, it's $6,000. It's like, like that's easy.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to be on it right away. Although no, because it will be expensive.
Right.
But yeah, maybe they'll realize it's not working out. Well, we'll see.
2024 at the earliest. I think 2025 is honestly, because of what we want to do at the national parks, is probably like, we'll see.
Yeah. That's cool.
We'll see. So that's exciting news. Less exciting news is the news coming out of Maui, which is where Paul and I have both been before, together actually.
Yeah.
On a nice little 3-hour tour. Windows on ARM fans have some...
Well, I mean, I've been wondering, because a couple of weeks, I think it was, what's the guy's name? Cristiano Amon, or whatever his name is, the CEO. I think it was him. Maybe tied to their earnings, said that 2024 will be the year for Windows on ARM on Qualcomm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is, we know we're waiting for this Nuvia thing to go through, or to happen, to culminate in some actual product. We know they usually do this event in December, so this year's event's early, but they do this in Hawaii at the end of the year, and it's for the products they're going to ship the following year.
Mm-hmm.
And on day one, they always talk about the smartphone chipset, which they did. And then, but when he said 2024, I sort of thought, well, okay, so that suggests they're not going to have a Nuvia-based chipset for next year, right? I mean, that they would announce it at this time next year. And then Microsoft, I saw something in my feed. It said Snapdragon powers new AI experiences on Windows 11. What? Introduces new AR platform, not from Snapdragon, but from Microsoft. And it talked about the stuff they announced, which we already know, well, half of which we already know about. So there's the Snapdragon powered SQ3 platform that's on the Surface Pro 9 5G, which has that MPU stuff that they've been talking about. Okay, and then it's like there's some chipset for AR like that nobody uses, and that was it. And anyway, I guess my point is I'm starting to think that the bad idea in my head is true, that we're not going to see anything until this time next year now, because we've been talking 2023.
Yeah, but it potentially is even worse than that, because let's say that you're dead on, that it's next year at this time that they announce it. That doesn't mean product are available. That just means
no, it would be 2024. Right. In other words, and I think that explains the Qualcomm quote, which is, so in other words, it's November 2023 next year. They'll announce whatever this thing is called. Maybe it gets a new name, whatever. And then maybe we'll see the first announcements at CES and possibly the first devices in the spring. And the ARM is the future thing keeps getting pushed back.
Well, it's in the future, I think, is what we've been missing. They kept saying ARM is in the future, not the future. I think that was the slight.
Yeah. So we'll see. But that's of interest.
It'll show up right when it's, I don't know, there'll be a new thing that they'll be coming
will
down
be on
the
M5 by then,
Yeah. Either way, that is that. So we'll see.
Yep. Yep.
Warzone dropped yesterday, Paul Threat. We already got my squad.
Oh God, right, of course.
First W.
Listen, I got to talk to you about this. This is So, Tier 1 is the new name for hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
But Tier 1 is more hardcore than hardcore.
Is it harder than more hardcore than an Elon memo? See what I did there?
It's too much. Like, I'm going to keep playing it. I have to. But, like, I almost have to go back and look at the game I've been playing to kind of remember, because going into hardcore, the HUD's going to be drastically reduced. You die more easily, all that stuff. I expect that stuff. But you don't have any understanding of whether you killed someone or if they killed you. It never says the names of who did what. And if you picture like a firefight where there's like multiple players involved, you see the guy die in front of you, you hear the whatever, but the other guy who was on your team might have gotten that kill. Like, there's no way it doesn't even say.
Oh, it doesn't do the kill feed?
No. And it's like, it's really, it's an extreme. I don't know. There's so much I want Call of Duty to tell me that it doesn't tell me. So like in the, you expect, for example, like you get kill streaks. Like, I actually played probably a dozen games and I was like, how come I haven't gotten a kill streak? And then I just started hitting the left D-pad thing, or right D-pad. And I've been getting kill streaks. I just didn't know, because they don't alert you to anything, right? It's like, oh, right, okay, hardcore. Okay, fine. But in Black Ops 4, there was an audio cue that you had gotten a kill streak, right? In this new hardcore Tier 1 thing, there's no cues to anything. So I've missed out on a ton of kill streaks. But, before this update shipped, like, I wanted to know my KD ratio. Now I get that information on a very Spartan screen. It just gives you a number. Doesn't tell you how many kills. Doesn't tell you how many deaths. If you're plus or minus whatever it is, like I am, I'm like hovering right around 1.0. I want to know how many I need to get over the top.
Mm-hmm. That
information is not there. I don't understand why it's so reluctant to provide you with information that it has. Like, it's still, and the new map is great. There's a second new map, by the way, coming later this month or something. Classic Warfare, Modern Warfare 2 map.
Shipment.
Yeah, the cargo container ship thing, which is a classic. But it's like, I'm still going to stick with it. It's better. The other problem I have is, and I don't know if you play like traditional deathmatch that much, but I sort of talked about how it was really easy to get into a game. So you start the thing up, it's like A, and then and you're in the game, right? Bad. No, they completely screwed. So the A, first of all, it's A, B, A, and then you get to a screen where there's like a quick game you get into. I want that to be the hardcore thing now, but it's not. So I have to go down and over to, like, every time I start the game, I have to go down and find the game type I want. Why isn't that auto selected? I feel like these are everything I just said, I think will be fixed, because I am not unique in wanting to play hardcore and wanting it to be a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not quite that way. So I feel like this will happen. It'll be like Windows 11, eventually you'll get what you want, but in the beginning you're like, why did they do this? Right?
Yeah. Maybe. Warzone is quite buggy. Like, very.
How's the map though? The map is like a combination of the maps, right?
Yeah. This, like, I don't have the map so far. We're less than 24 hours into it. The map seems fine. Yeah. It's the bugs, and they made a lot of weird mechanical choices, just like game mechanism. For example, one of the best things in the old one, and Warzone 1, is you and your group got a bunch of money together and you go buy a loadout, then you can get the guns that you had set up. That's completely gone. And so now there's only these public loadouts, which, okay, fine, maybe we'll adapt to that and it'll be fine. Here's here's massive bug number 1. So you go to the loadout, Paul Threat, it shows 5 weapons that you have previously set up.
But not set up the way you set them up.
Partially. So let's say the first one's an AK and you click the first one, an AK. You might get an M4, you might get a saw, you might, like, it's just it's not the weapon you've set up. It's bugged, so it's some sort of random weapon that appears to be showing up or something. Okay. And so you're like, oh, I'm going to get my sniper, and then you pull it out and it's like a pistol.
This had the same quality of rollout as the blue check mark on Twitter.
Yeah, it was. there's a lot of other things, but whatever. We won a game, so I mean
Yeah, that's good.
it just takes time, and the other part of it too. But the frustrating thing is, so they had 3 years. So like my memory of old Warzone is a game that had 3 years to mature, bug fixes, it was optimized, it was set up, and now we come to Warzone 2, and it feels like we're starting that all over again. They didn't, because I think they changed engines, and
Yep.
it's the same engine, but it's like a newer version, and so now we're going through all that teething pain again of getting the game back to where it was. It's like Windows 11, Paul. We're like trying to get back to Windows 10. We're slowly getting there.
Yeah.
But
you know what though? Okay, so I just as you were saying this, what occurred to me was, of course, I've been skipping games, right? Because I've been playing an older game. So if you go back to Call of Duty Black Ops 4, when you are playing the game, you can bring up the list of players and you can see all your stats and everything. And you get kills, deaths, assists, and points, whatever. I don't remember exactly, but I'm going to guess, starting with the Modern Warfare remake, they stopped showing you deaths. This is so crucial in a game to know deaths. I don't need to know assists. I don't even know what the point of assists. I don't care about assists. I don't know what. Every once in a while, like I'll injure someone but not get them. Someone else kills them and it'll give me like +10. I'm like, take your +10 and stick it up here. like I couldn't care less about that. I want to know kills and deaths. And so Modern Warfare 1, I believe, Black Ops Cold War, I believe. Again, I didn't play these games a lot, multiplayer. But certainly the new Modern Warfare 2. No deaths. Guys, the fact that they have not done this now for like 3 games suggests to me we're never getting that back. I don't understand why they can't show that data. Like so it doesn't.
I know why they pulled it out. So they pulled it out because of harassment, because people will be on their team screaming at somebody on their team. It's like, you have too many deaths, stop playing.
Show me my deaths.
Yeah.
I don't care
now
about
that
the
would
other
be fine.
people, right?
Yep.
In fact, I don't care. That's so another. This is a long time Call of Duty problem. If you are in the game and you get killed and you don't press a button, they'll show you a video of the player that kills you up, and not, now in the new game, it's like the 30 seconds before. If you just sit there, you could watch a little movie. And the guy runs around the corner. You see what he does. He shoots you. I don't ever want to see that, ever. Like, for me, I should have to do something explicit to find out when that. In other words, every once in a while, you run around a corner and you get killed, and you'd be like, I didn't even see that guy. Where was he? Then I want to see that video. Make me press a button to see it. Otherwise, can I just get back in the game, please? Like, what? This is a game played by millions of people. There's no way I'm the only one that feels this way. I don't understand how we are here in 2022 having this conversation.
They're due to annoy you, Paul.
Okay. But do you understand? I mean, I feel like what I'm asking for is reasonable. I say that about Windows 11.
Yeah. Xbox Dashboard for November is also rolling out now.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So we got that coming along.
Brad,
not a
spent hundreds of dollars on Black Friday sales. We need to talk about this.
What did you buy?
All right.
And why?
Right. That's the question my wife asked me. So I have been tracking the prices of the Google Wi-Fi 6E thing and the Aero 6E thing, right? I think I told the story. I almost pulled the trigger on this the other day. And then the price had gone back to the normal price. The Aero thing, full price is $6.99 for a 3-pack. That's crazy. The Google one is $3.99, but it's never been on sale. So I was thinking Black Friday, it's going to be on sale. Mm-hmm. And so this morning, I completely forgot. Like, I got up in the morning, I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I knew today was the day. And I'm like, for Google anyway. And I'm like, I saw some story, and I'm like, oh, crap. And I went to the Google store, and the Google Wi-Fi thing is not on sale. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, well, reflexively, because I've been doing this all the time, I checked the price on the Aero thing. The Aero thing was on sale again, so $420. So it's like $20 more than the Google thing, except I have a $50 gift card. Mm-hmm. I've got like an $86 credit on my, for my Amazon Visa thing. And I'm like, all right, we're going to do this. This is like what does that work out? $350, $320, something like that. And I'm like, okay, this makes sense. And I told my wife, and she's like, yep. And went through the process. I've done this so many times. I can't explain why this was there. And I looked for it. And I don't know what happened, but the price comes out to $230. And I'm like, what? And then I'm looking through the thing where it's like, you get a gift card, you get the credit from the Visa. It's, the sale price. and then it says device trade-in credit $104.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I didn't put anything. I didn't put a device. What could that be? You know, at one point in the future, I think sorry, I'm not a lizard person. At one
Are you
point
sure?
in the past, no, but I did see what I could get for my Google Wi-Fi current thing if I
Mm-hmm.
traded it in,
Mm-hmm.
and it was $50, you know, and so I was like $50, whatever. I don't know where this device, so I might be paying as much as $330 for it. But I'm gonna have to if I don't know, maybe it's stuck in there somehow, and maybe I can trade in my Google thing for $100 now or something. I have no idea. So that was one thing I did.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro are on a big sale price day, and actually the 6A as well. So if you've been thinking about this is the time to bite. Like these prices are great. So I was thinking originally I was going to go for the Pixel 7. Because I would pay like $100 with trade, but then I had a guy who they gave out a credit to certain people, and it's like you can get $100 off, and so I held on to this for today, and I'm like, I'll just try for the Pixel 7 Pro because it will be like $50 after all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through the process. I typed in the code and everything. It didn't give it to me, but it said that it was there. So like the price I'm going to pay is like $225 or something. But it might be 125. I don't actually know. And I was like, is it worth it to get onto the new phone? Because next year I'm going to want to use it to upgrade to potentially to an 8. And I was like, I have to do this even if it's 225. So in both cases, I bought stuff and I don't know how much I'm paying. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't actually know how it's going to work out. So we'll see.
Paul Thurrott, you may remember.
Yeah.
On this very podcast, I said, hey, if you're looking to buy an Xbox Series S, you might want to wait until the 17th.
Yeah.
So, as of today, I just tweeted out the link. GameStop, at least GameStop, I don't know if anybody else is doing it, is now selling the Series S Digital Edition console, $249.
Yeah, I saw this. I don't think it's just them. I think it's everyone's doing it. Like I think Microsoft, whatever participating retailers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good price. There's a $3.99 bundle that you can pre-order that comes with like digital, coins and stuff for 3 different games. I think we talked about this.
Yep.
But honestly, $249. That's an incredible price for this console.
You're an incredible price for this console.
It plays Call of Duty great. I'm just saying. Except for the stupid death thing.